I think it's the most haunted organization. It might be the most haunted player in the history of the NFL. I mean, 4 straight Super Bowl losses 30 plus years ago. And now 4 straight losses to Patrick Mahomes when your quarterback plays just as good in all those games. The point differential in them is 5 points. We're talking about the difference between a career that we could categorize as an all-time great and just really good right now. I love Josh. No one, I don't think, in the media champions Josh more than me. He got the ball back, down 3, with a chance to go get it done.
I love you guys so much.
Of course, Dan Orlovsky has to defend his boyfriend Josh Allen. Just kidding about the boyfriend part, but in all seriousness, Dan Orlovsky seriously came to the rescue of defending Josh Allen. This is Sports Guy Talking that you guys are watching and listening to. I am Dustin Tran, your host, as I am here today to talk about Dan Orlovsky defending Josh Allen for losing in the NFL playoffs again. At this point, the Bills might just be a cursed franchise with the way they keep falling short in the NFL playoffs. Of course, the Chiefs beat the Bills in the NFL playoffs, as that has become a yearly tradition for Bills fans to get accustomed to. Before I say anything else, though, I want to present you guys with a topic question. So, here it is. Should Josh Allen be given a pass for losing to the Chiefs again? I'm going to say yes to that question. I know some Josh Allen critics are going to come at me and say that I am taking things way too easy on Josh Allen, but have you not seen the opponent that Josh Allen has been going against year after year? Patrick Mahomes is literally the NFL's version of Michael Jordan. Patrick Mahomes is virtually unbeatable. In order to beat Patrick Mahomes in the NFL playoffs, you basically have to hope that Patrick Mahomes plays one of the worst games of his career, and or more likely, you have to play a perfect game in order to beat Patrick Mahomes. I know Joe Burrow has managed to beat Patrick Mahomes, but that was because Patrick Mahomes threw an interception in overtime. Joe Burrow made an 18-point comeback in that ball game. Joe Burrow played out of his mind in the second half. And look, I'm not here to say that Josh Allen needs to be playing at that level. In fact, I don't think that is necessarily a realistic expectation for Josh Allen to have, but I'm just pointing out the degree of difficulty when it comes to beating Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, particularly when it is at Kansas City. We all know that the Chiefs have one of the best home field advantages in all of football. Their crowd noise is excellent. Their offense is also excellent as well. I know that they don't really have a lot of star receivers in general, but they still have Travis Kelce. He's the greatest tight end to ever play. I know some people are going to say, what about Rob Gronkowski? But to me, Travis Kelce is the better all-time tight end. I also want to shout out Patrick Mahomes for his ability to make late fourth quarter comebacks. Patrick Mahomes has elite poise and elite pocket presence. It also helps that Patrick Mahomes has very good athleticism in his game as well. He is an absolute freak of a human being. Patrick Mahomes is a mythical figure. Patrick Mahomes is simply not from planet Earth. I know Josh Allen is a physical freak too, but he doesn't have the same type of coaching that Patrick Mahomes has on the Kansas City Chiefs, because the Chiefs have Andy Reid, who is considered to be one of the greatest coaches to ever coach the game of professional football. Meanwhile, Josh Allen has Sean McDermott as his head coach. No disrespect to Sean McDermott, but he is really Ron Rivera on steroids. Of course, Sean McDermott is no match for Andy Reid. I also want to point out that the Bills have generally had worse rosters than the Kansas City Chiefs, although that is not the case this year or last year. But when you look at this Buffalo Bills team, you have to say to yourself, you have to play a perfect game in order to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. And even if you play a perfect game against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, you still may lose this game, because you have to remember that the refs will always favor the Chiefs whenever in doubt, because they know in their mind, we have to make sure that the Chiefs get the three-peat. That is what the refs are repeating in their minds all the time. But even if you want to talk about the Chiefs from a non-referee perspective, they're still a great team. They know how to come through in the clutch. Of course, when you have Patrick Mahomes throwing the football late in the fourth quarter, the team is going to have tremendous confidence in getting those stops, because they know that whenever you need Patrick Mahomes to come up clutch, he's going to be clutch 9 times out of 10, probably 10 times out of 10 actually. But in case Patrick Mahomes doesn't end up clutch, who knows, maybe the defense can make some clutch stops. They're really underrated as well. More people need to give respect to the Chiefs defense instead of asking what's wrong with Josh Allen, because this Chiefs defense is absolutely championship caliber. I also want to show you guys this clip of Dan Orlovsky talking about how the AFC Championship game played out on First Take. I couldn't agree more with this analysis. Roll the film.
I do think we can feel sorry for Josh Allen. I do think that we could feel sorry for a quarterback that goes on the road, scores 29, accounts for almost 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, and doesn't give the ball away and loses again? I mean, we're talking about a guy that, if not for 2 or 3 plays, might be in a completely different stratospheric conversation. But the Chiefs are going back because they are everything that the Patriots were with a freakazoid at quarterback. Tom Brady wasn't the freakazoid. He's the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Patrick, best player I've ever seen.
Thank you!
Facts, Dan Orlovsky. You nailed it to a T. I could not have agreed more with what you said about Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. They played a really good game against the Kansas City Chiefs. But you know what? If you're playing at Arrowhead, you have to play beyond perfect in order to beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Now, I want to also address what happened on 4th down when Josh Allen did the quarterback sneak. The Bills were up 1 at the beginning of the 4th quarter. If they convert this 1st down, they get to drain more clock. Who knows? Maybe they get to go up 8 points. But Josh Allen does a quarterback sneak on 4th and 1. He doesn't get the sneak, even though it looks like he got the 1st down. Me personally, I thought Josh Allen got the 1st down. But like I always say to my buddies all the time, if the game is in doubt against the Kansas City Chiefs, you better believe that the refs are going to favor the Kansas City Chiefs all the time, because that's what the Chiefs are all about. We all know that they use their referees as a lifeline whenever things get tough. We already know that the Kansas City Chiefs are one of the toughest teams to beat in the National Football League, even without the help of officials. But when you add in the factor of the refs, yeah, of course the Kansas City Chiefs are going to get the benefit of the doubt, and therefore Josh Allen was ruled short of the sticks. Kansas City gets the ball back. They get to drive down the field. They score a touchdown. They scored a 2-point conversion. And then the Buffalo Bills score a touchdown. It's tied at 29. Of course, Patrick Mahomes has to do his thing, drive his team down the field. They get a game-winning kick out of it. Josh Allen had one more opportunity to make a game-winning drive. He ultimately was not able to do that. I know some people are going to blame Josh Allen for not being able to convert on that game-winning drive, but that really wasn't on Josh Allen. That was more of a great defensive stand by the Kansas City Chiefs defense. I was impressed with their creative blitz on 4th and 5. That was one of the most creative blitz design packages that you could have came up at that moment. Obviously, Josh Allen never really sees the blitz coming, and even so, he still throws a perfect pass downfield to Dalton Kincaid. Honestly, Dalton Kincaid probably should have caught the ball. I know that he was diving to the ground, but if you have 2 hands on the ball, you need to come down with the football in those hands 10 times out of 10. It's a playoff game, especially against the Kansas City Chiefs. You have to play perfect football. If you don't play perfect football, Patrick Mahomes is going to beat you almost every single time. That's just the reality of the situation. The sooner fans accept that, the better off everybody else is going to be. I agree with Dan Orlovsky's defense of Josh Allen, but I also realize that Dan Orlovsky loves Josh Allen because he always defends him all the time. He glazes over his skill set on get up and first take. He is the biggest Josh Allen fanboy that people on TV could ever dream up of putting. I can't blame Dan Orlovsky for thinking that though, because Josh Allen is definitely one of the better quarterbacks in the National Football League. I have to give Josh Allen a pass, because if we ding Josh Allen for losing to the Chiefs on a consistent basis, I guess that means 31 other teams in the National Football League are filled with failures, which is just not reality. That's not real life to say that every single team and every single quarterback outside of Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are filled with failures. Otherwise, you're just flat out hating on the sport entirely. That's the reality of the situation. And by the way, he needs to win the MVP award this year. He deserves it, that's for sure. So that is why Josh Allen should be given a pass for losing to the Chiefs again, as the Chiefs are well on their way to three-peating for the first time in NFL history. Remember, go ahead and subscribe to Sports Guy Talking. Like the video, and please comment down below. If you guys do that, I'm gonna shout you guys out in my Instagram story every Monday. That will be for the @DustinNashTran Instagram account. Make sure to follow me on Instagram @DustinNashTran, and that's Sports Guy Talking. Also, go follow me on Twitter @DustinNashTran. Again, go ahead and do those things that I just told you guys to go do. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the content that was just produced. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed that video. Want more Sports Guy Talking, the home of great sports content? Make sure you click that subscribe button to get the latest from Sports Guy Talking. Go ahead and like the video, comment down below, check the description box on the video in order to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Also, be be sure to check out more of the best clips from the YouTube channel, Sports Guy Talking.